Oh, it picks up my typing on the keyboard? That's embarrassing. Okay, well, whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm kind of terribly bad at the, what's it? The, hey gang, I'm alive yeah, I would hope I'm alive. I'm live right now, oopsie tee. And it's like, but we're doing variety night. So we'll start in the just chatting category, I should turn on my camera. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so ding ding dong, go to OBS. Hi gang! It's been a hot minute. I just realized that I'm bald on one side because my hair is not layered correctly. Oopsie, oh well. Hello gang! It's been a hot minute. May was crazy for a lot of reasons. Okay, the mirror of my hair being... Okay, hold on. This side. Where is my compact mirror? That's gonna drive me insane. That's going to... Me, I'm ready for my stream. Also me, I have to fix my hair. It's bugging me. It's my special skill, truly, awfully. Curse of the Widow's Peak as well, honestly. Like, girl, what is that? You know what? I'm just gonna have to have main character hair, whatever. She says, continuing to mess with it. Leave it alone. Put that back in there, put it over there, leave it alone. Anyways. May was crazy! MomoCon! I had a great time. I posted most of the pictures for it, like, on my, my Instagram. Which I don't know if I have that, like, plugged into anything. It's the same username pretty much everywhere, so I'm going to assume you can probably find it. Presumably? It's the same username for pretty much everything. It's like, if you see a sugar-coated wish or sugar-coated wishes, that's usually me. Not always, but the majority of the time, yes it is. And I am trying to unify my profile picture on most things. I didn't unify it on Instagram, I'm realizing. Something to do it a little later, maybe. Because already, bit funny, so y'all didn't bear witness to it. People in my Discord servers got to see me, like, suffer real time over... Because I was like, I want all new assets. I want to have everything look new and cool and whatever, right? I wanted everything to look nice. And I was like, I haven't streamed in a while. I should make up for it by having cool new assets and everything. And a cool new setup and have it cute. So I did. And I was like, you know what? I should make a new icon. Thus started the Nightmare Saga. Let me grab this for you. So I got the brilliant idea of, like, I want a new icon because I was tired of, hold on, where is she? Where is she? So I got tired of, let me grab the original. I don't like it being on top of me, but here we go. Just look at her. Perceive her. I got tired of her. I'm gonna just put her over here right now. I got tired of her, so I was like, okay, well, I don't want to use this icon for everything anymore because I drew that, like, 2 or 3 years ago. So I was like, you know what, this is an old icon, I should do something new. So I was like, oh, you know what, I'll Frankenstein it. I will Frankenstein it, and I'll make a new one. And I made the fool mistake of, I'm gonna draw that shit with my mouse. So version 1. It looks kind of for shit, as you can see. And I was like, you know what? It looks like ass, but I'll fine tune it in Krita, and it'll look nice. Hold on. I don't think I have the first Krita variant saved. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Oh, my Discord chats, they be poppin', baby. Let me grab the first Krita variant. Krita variant V1. So, save image. Stream asset. Krita verse. We'll just call it Krita verse because whatever. I need to find my OBS again. There it is. So I was like, okay, we'll make her in Krita and it will look nice. So then this happened. You can see where things changed. You can see where some things remained the same. Thing that stayed pretty consistent is that it looked like shit. So doesn't look great. It doesn't look good. Doesn't really look that nice. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We'll fine tune her even better. We'll make this work. Resulting in, which is currently my Twitter, Discord, and Twitch icon, and YouTube, I believe. It still looks bad. It still looks egregiously bad, actually. It's kind of impressive. Also, I wanted to add more tracks into my non-DMCA thing. I saw that supposedly Concerned Ape owns all the rights to his music and he's okay with people using it in their Twitch streams. But I also saw that apparently like 2 years ago people were having trouble with someone who was not Concerned Ape claiming it was their music. So we'll just have to see if this Twitch stream gets muted at points. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, but you know. Like, I wish it would tell you during the stream. Like, hey, you're doing DMCA shit or whatever. But it probably won't because you know. So, but supposedly he owns the rights to his music, so presumably if I put like a, hey, gang, can you mayhaps like unmute my shit? He'll presumably he'll be like, absolutely, weird little streamer child, I say, I am 23. But yeah, let me kill the image. Goodbye. But yeah, so that's the new icon. And I showed it to my bestie, or one of my besties, because I've got a good couple friends. I have a lot of friends. I love having a lot of friends. I used to not have any, but I have friends now, which is nice. It's great. We love having friends. So I showed it to one of my friends, and they're like, Kate, that looks, you drew that with a mouse, you said? And I'm like, you can say it looks shit. I know it looks shit. You can say that. It's like, you can say it looks bad. I know it looks bad. So they're like, can I, do you have reference images for her? And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, here you go, here they are. And so it's like, you know, we're like yip yapping because we did like, because originally they dragged me into call. They're like, hey, I want to show you songs from Guilty Gear. And I'm like, okay. Guilty Gear typically has good music. Let's see. And they were very specifically showing me one that is terrible. They're like, you know how most music's good, right? This one's the worst. And I'm like, we listened to it. I'm sitting there like, you are doing Coco Melon shit to me? What is this? You know. But that's how it is. So yeah. What was my original topic? Anyways, May was crazy. MomoCon. Oh my god, so much fun. I have the cosplays for it up on my bed because I don't have a wig storage place. I have a bunch of my wigs. Um, Also, like, right before MomoCon, I got this sick ass hat. I could probably, if I extend it enough, I could probably put it over top my headphones. Hold on. Let's find out. Let's. Together, we find out. Can I? No. No, I cannot. Never mind. I need to put it back on the setting I had it. Anyways. But yeah, MomoCon, great time. I bought so much stuff. I spent way more money at MomoCon than I intended to because usually, like, I mean, I wander around the vendors hall, artist alley, I have a good time, but I don't usually buy a lot. I bought a lot this time. Now, granted, a lot of it I bought, like, gifts for someone, a good friend of mine. But I also just bought a lot, I'm like contemplating whether or not I should like go track down the prints I bought and just be like, look! I do know that I can show, hold on. I knocked something over. I don't know what I just knocked over. Well, whatever. Oh, you can see one of them right here. Wait, I turned the wrong way. Right here. Him. This guy also embarrassed me. So, what I mean by that, I bought him day one. I was wandering around with my buddy Yajirobe. Or I made a friend last year who cosplayed Yajirobe all 4 days, and he cosplayed Yajirobe like all 3 days. He didn't stay for the 4th day, but all 3 days this year. And so we were chatting and whatever, and we ended up standing in line for the the Glitch Productions booth and whatever, and he got pins, and he also got like 3 of them, and I got Jax because I was like, you know what, temptation is strong, I think this guy is silly, I want him. So I got him. Yippee! I got the guy, I got the boy, he's here. But so the thing with it was my buddy, I don't know if I'm talking too loud over the spoofy, I'm realizing. Let me boot her up a little bit. And also quiet her on my end because that's loud, babes. Anyways. So we're standing in line for different people at MomoCon at the Walk of Fame thing, right? I don't typically do Walk of Fame or like wander around, meet the people at the booths. Because for me, I don't buy the autographs. That's not something that interests me. I don't really care. Like, some people, they really like signatures and stuff, and that's cool, and you should like them, and whatever. And it's a way to support people, whatever. It's a piece of paper, man, or it's a print. And if it's a print, it makes a little more sense. I'll get back to that later. But like, generally, it's like, it's not something I really care about. It's your name, okay? Like, I'm more in it for the experience. I don't pay for the pictures either because bro, I don't got the money to pay like $60 to have a selfie with you. I'm sorry. I wish I did. I wish I had that kind of money. I don't. So what I do instead is if I stay in those lines, I'm just kind of like, hey, like your work, very cool, bye, or whatever, you know, it's just like, bye, off I go, you know, that sort of thing, right? It's like, whatever, right? You know, you just don't worry too much. Well, so my buddy, he actually wanted signatures and stuff, so we're going in the signatures. I was dressed as Bulma that day, so picture little Bulma carrying around. I wouldn't say little Bulma, it's actually the super, hold on. Realization, I can grab pictures of my cosplays. Hold on. I'm realizing you need to sit over here. I need to stop holding you so I can do things. Let me grab these, actually. I know I made threads. There we are. Okay. So go to the start of day 1 and I can grab my goddamn picture. Okay. Dawn of the first day. Save image as Bulma 2024. Turn the image back on. Do not worry, Dulcis is not remaining for long. We're swapping it to the Bulma picture. So, day 1. It's too big. It's too big. Hold on. Hold on. Day 1. I'm running around like this. Day 1. I'm running around like this. It was super cute. I had like a little ring that like my partner gave me. It was super cute. And I was doing stylized earrings because I didn't want to wear the boring ass plain pearl earrings. I was just like, because Dragon Ball Super Bulma is a super like, I mean that's just regular ass clothes. You wear a red scarf, a blue wig, and the outfit is clothes. It's cowboy boots, a white crop top, and jeans, skinny jeans. That's it. That's her fucking outfit. So, you know, I jazzed her up. I made her stylish. I gave her little capsule corp earrings I had gotten from last year's MomoCon because they're super cute. And I did little makeup and, you know, you see it right there. Or right there. Right there. I have to keep remembering that my camera is flipped. But yeah. So, I'm running around and I got this boy pretty much immediately. Oh, and I do want to say what was funny about Yajirobe, right? So before MomoCon starts, like the artist alley, whatever. Well, it starts, and then you have to wait a while for like the vendor out and artist alley to open. And so lines queue up, and I was just wandering around, and I somehow got stuck in the back of a line, but the back of the line was near the entrance, and I'm just kind of hanging out like, well, I guess I'm in a line now. I don't really know how I got here. And I'm just kind of chilling, and I see Yajirobe across the little thing. He's near the very front of the line as they're starting to let people in. And I'm like, oh my god, Yajirobe! And I wave him down. He sees me, and he's like, Bulma! And so we wave at each other, and then I don't know if he recognized my voice or what, and he goes, Bulma, get over here. And I'm like, what? And he's like, so I waddle my little happy, I go over there and I'm like, hey Yajirobe, I saw you last year, and we're chatting, and he's like, here, just huddle with me, we're grouped, and then just don't tell the con staff that you weren't up here originally, I was holding your spot or whatever, and I'm like, okay, so we go and we spent most of day 1 together and hung out. So yeah, but, so like, you know, he waves me in, and like, pretty much almost like, the layout this year was really weird. The artist alley was near the very back of where they were hosting everything, which I saw on TikTok. People were super complaining about that, actually. Like, people were upset about that. I don't blame them. It did make it a bit of a pain in the ass to get there and back and forth, because you couldn't really take quick, there was no shortcuts there. You had to pretty much walk the entire friggin' way. It kind of sucked. But it was its own little contained area, whatever. So we go in, and Glitch Productions is right there, and he's like, oh, amazing digital circus, I want to get stuff from there. And I'm like, oh, you enjoy it too, so we're chatting. Because we only knew each other very briefly the previous year, so, like, we became better friends this year, basically, because last year it was just, I recognize you, and that was it. And then, like, so this year we actually exchanged Instagrams, hung out, talked a lot, it was great. So me and Yajirobe, so we go to Glitch Productions, and we're talking back and forth, and, I get this guy. I think he's funny. I think he's silly. And I have him, and Yajirobe's like, I'm going to go get signatures. Did you know that some of the voice actors for Amazing Digital Circus are actually here, along with, like, Glitch Production stuff? And I was like, oh, I heard vaguely about it, but I don't really pay attention to that stuff, because, again, I don't usually go in the, because, like, last year I went and waited in line for exactly one guy, and it was, like, Oh my god, the way I'm going to explain this is going to sound cringe, I'm realizing. But I'm cringe and free, whatever you, so, like, so, uh, uh the guy, um, so, like, the guy I went and saw, Ray Chase. You probably recognize that name for a variety of different reasons. Probably not the reason I went and chased down this guy to go say hello, though. Because he was doing the Walk of Fame, whatever, last year, and I was like, oh, Piccolo! Because, I mean, who do you think my favorite Dragon Ball character is? It's him. Um, what was really funny about meeting him, by the way, was that he was like, you do realize I'm like bootleg Piccolo, right? And I'm like, that's fine. That's it's like, dude, I'm still so deep in the Dragon Ball hole. It's like, dude, Piccolo is my favorite one. I consumed all the content I could get. Like, I was having a time with it, man. So, you know, but he was friendly, whatever. But, like, that was pretty much my only really experience with the Walk of Fame. I went, I saw one guy, I said hello to him, said I liked his work, and then I bailed. I left, I went. That was, like, my only interaction with Walk of Fame, and I did it the last year, and I waited in that line for, like, I want to say 30 minutes or something. Day 1 of MomoCon this year. I think we waited for... How many people? We went Kane, Pomni... At some point we saw Stolas, but I think he was after. We saw someone from Hell of a Boss, because a bunch of them were in one, and also Vivzy Pop was there. I'll get into it in a moment, but like, and then like we also saw Shadow the Hedgehog was also there. One of the versions. He also voice acted some other characters, but I remember like what I saw was like he had the low poly Shadow, except it was the Shadow that in the game that he voiced him, whatever. But yeah, but so point is, we're doing the Walk of Fame. I have this guy. I have him with me, and we go to see the Amazing Digital Circus voice actors who are there, and it was Kane and Pomni, and they had like no fucking line first day, so we just kind of go. And I have this guy with me, and we're talking to Kane's VA, and we're just sort of chatting back and forth because there was like no one in line, so we could just sit there and chat for a little bit. And he sees I've got this, and he's like, "You should strangle him." And I was like, "Strangle him or punt him?" And he's like, "Both." So I'm like trying to gesture like, eh. I kind of do this, and then I thought it'd be funny to actually punt him, so I throw him forwards and like punt with my boot. And I kick him, bonk, straight into my fucking face. And I'm just like, like astonished that it was like a fucking Looney Tunes bit. I felt ridiculous. And like, you know, a little embarrassing, whatever, but it was funny, whatever. And so after him, we rotate to go to Pomni's line. Which there was a little more of a line for her. And so I'm talking with my buddy, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize she voice acted Ina," because I love Ina. And he was like, "Oh, I don't know what's Ina," and we're sort of chatting or whatever. And then as we're getting a little closer to the front, we're still chatting, and I'm like, "Yeah, I made a bit with one of my buddies, the other like day or whatever, because I was talking to one of my friends, Quinn. We were talking back and forth at Digital Circus because we both enjoy it, and I was like, yeah, they would lock my ass up. Is like in the Digital Circus, what would happen to me is that freaking Kane, because you know what's really funny is like people are like, because what started it was we were talking about Monsieur Bastard. We were talking about little bastard man, little bastard, little guy. Um, because what had started it was because like it's very funny to me that so episode 1 we been knew this guy sucked, right? Like he's a little jerk, he's a dick, he's mean. I love mean characters. I think they're funny. Like they're just funny, man. I think they're like really funny. I love seeing them. They're silly, goofy. I like them. So we're chatting, and it's so funny because episode episode 2 comes out, and people were mad about how he was characterized. Because so I think what happened there, honestly, is that there was enough of a break between episode 1 and episode 2 that people did what they did to grabs him. They did to Jax what they did to him. There was enough time between an update that people started coming up with fanon and headcanons and stuff to the point that they forgot what the original character was like. Right? So, in this guy's case, he became the new Sans Undertale. I feel very bad for him. Clown, I'm sorry for what happened. Like, Wally Darling is the new Sans Undertale when it comes to the amount of AUs about this poor man. Like, I've seen Priest Wallies. Like, huh? Little crazy, a little weird, a little strange, a little whatever. Anyways, so there was enough time between episode 1 and episode 2 that people just started fanonizing this guy. He became like the new fanonized boy. So people were calling him like jerk with a heart of gold. He's actually a sweetheart. He's soft to you. Whatever. He got sexy man a little bit, which was interesting in its own way. But so people looked at this guy and they're like, oh, he's not actually mean. He's just a jerk because he's like 23 or whatever. Or is he 22? I don't actually remember. I'm 23. Maybe that's why I'm thinking 23. I don't know. Anyways, because he's an actual adult. He's a young adult, whatever. He's actually, I believe, younger than Pomni, which is funny for a lot of reasons. But point is, people looked at him and they were like, oh, Heart of Gold guy. So episode 2 comes out, and people are mad that he's an asshole. Like, I saw people bitching on Twitter, I saw people bitching on TikTok, on Tumblr. Like, bro, episode 1, we been knew this guy sucks. That's why I like him. He's a jerk. He's mean. Like, we literally get that clip where it's like with Gangle, where he's like, ladies first. No, wait, why would I do that? And shoves her over and then goes up the escalator himself. Like, I'm sorry, would a jerk with a heart of gold, would he do that? Really? Like, gang, he sucks. That's why he's funny. He's a jerk. We like him. He's funny. He's goofy. Like, what on earth, my gang? My guys, my dudes, my friends. What do you mean? You know? Crazy. Like, I don't get it. Why? You look at this guy and you're like, oh yeah, sweetheart. He's darling and sweet. No, he's a jerk. He sucks. That's why he's great. But I digress. Anyways, day 1. So yeah, I accidentally punched Jax into my face, whatever. So we're getting up to the front. I'm talking about like, yeah, with my buddy Quinn, we were chatting BBB. And it was like, yeah, Kane gets tired of my shit really quick. Because part of the reason I like Jax so much is like, he feels realistic to me. Because, alright, you're telling me, right? you get locked into video game world, whatever, digital circus. You get locked into the circus, and you find out that there's no consequences for what you do. None. Like, at most, all you have to worry about is, oh no, the other people in the circus don't like me, or whatever. Like, it's like, oh man, I was a jerk to these people, and they don't like me. But, like, that's it. You won't get, like, hurt. You don't have to worry about losing a job. You don't have a job. You just exist there, bro. You're just there. You have pretty much no actual consequences for any actions that you take. Everything's cartoon physics. No one can die. At worst, you abstract. And by the way, the abstraction shit happens if you, like, think too hard about the situation you're in. If you're like, oh no, my real life, what'll I do? My real life, it's not there anymore. Oh no, I'll never get out of here. I'll die here. Whatever. You start thinking too hard about that, bam, you turn into big glitch monster or whatever, is the implication. Anyways, that's the only consequence you have to worry about. The worst thing you have to worry about is if I freak out too much about my situation, I turn into a glitch monster and get thrown in the basement. That's the worst thing I have to worry about. That's the worst. Are you, like, come on, gang. Like, I've seen how y'all act. We all have seen how each other act. Look at Skyrim. Look at like Fallout. Like, look at Baldur's Gate 3. Like, you're gonna tell me if you can do something silly, goofy, you can do something like, do you know the amount of times, like, not to out myself here, but like the amount of times I was like, I'm gonna quick save really quick and see what happens if I choose this option? You're gonna tell me, honest to God, to my face, in front of God and everyone, that if you could just do that shit and there's no consequence in it for you, you wouldn't do it? You wouldn't do the weird whatever thing? So, yeah, I would be so annoying so quick in the Amazing Digital Circus. It's like, especially if I didn't really, like if it was with the actual cast of, I don't know if my burp came through there, sorry if it did. But you're gonna look me in the eye, right? Look me in my little peepers. You're gonna look me in the eyes and be like, yeah, if there was no consequence, I would still be, like, nice and always do the right thing. Nothing's real! Like, I would say, like, decent, morals-wise, I'm a decent person. Like, I wouldn't be doing, like, heinous shit. But, like, if it's just, like, good case in point, like Jax's thing with the, especially because Jax, like, he's well aware that, like, these guys aren't real. They're not real. They're NPCs. Like, come on, gang. Like, the amount of people who do, like, in Skyrim, where they're just, like, ah! And keep going. Like, you dragon shout, and then you walk away. You don't care, because whatever, man. Or, like, Fallout 4, like, it's like, that's, like, Kellogg's giving you, like, his little monologue, and you're just like, I have a fat man. Pew! You know? Like, so, yeah, no, I cannot fault Jax for his behavior very much, because, like, dude, because, like, either, right, you sit there and focus on, I have to be good, I can't, like, what, I can't make people upset at me, whatever, like, life is literally a game, and if you worry too much about trying to adhere to whatever you had going on for you originally in life, Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen to you? Like, it's like, oh man, I don't really want to help this village. It's like, but Kane sent us to help the village. We have to. I don't care. Why do I have to help? Like Zubul, for example, is just like, no, I'm not going. Nope. And Zubul just was like, y'all can have fun. Bye. And Zubul disappears and goes on, presumably back to their room, I'm assuming. Zubul goes back to their room and isn't included on it, in which I thought that was funny a little bit because people are like, oh man, what happened to Zubul? And it's like, Zubul decided not to be part of the mission. Zubul was like, no thank you. Went back to their room, chilled. Well, they got stuff set up for Kaufmo's funeral and stuff, but generally they were just kind of like, no. And there was no consequence for it. They didn't have to play along if they really didn't want to. They were just like, I'm not doing that. Anyways. Like, real, and like, so Jack's being like, I can tell what he wants us to do. Like, let me like pretend this is the key. This little feather thing. He's like, I know what you want me to do. However, comma, I think it would be funnier if I made friends with this sludge monster and just sicked him on the town. I think it'd be funny. And it's like, yeah, it's funny, man. Like, or not funny. It's like, it's interesting to know what happens. Like, for me personally, would I sick the blob monster on the town? Probably not myself. But, you know, I mean, come on, gang. Like, Baldur's Gate 3, again, great one. It's like, it's just like, yeah, I know, like, this, they want us to do this, but, you know, this character's been pretty helpful to us for so far, so, like, is anyone here really uncool with the idea of betrayal? Like, it's like a D&D campaign, really. Like, no, that sums it up. Like, The Amazing Digital Circus, your life is now a D&D campaign, except you're meta-aware of the fact that you're in a campaign. And you're gonna look me in the eyes and be like, I wouldn't be silly goofy with it. I wouldn't take advantage of my meta-awareness. You would. You maybe you wouldn't do the, oh, I don't want to do the possible chaotic actions, I don't want to do the evil actions, whatever, like, that's fine, whatever. But you're gonna look me in the eyes and be like, oh, I wouldn't take advantage of the fact that, like, there's no real consequence for me not playing along to the script. Like, because in real life, it's like, I just don't want to go to my job today. Now you've lost your job, now you don't have a source of income, whatever. You can't pull that in real life, but, like, you pull in the digital circus, it's like, you have to do this thing, and it's like, no I don't, and lo and behold, no you don't. Yeah, you might get bored or whatever, but, like, that's your biggest consequence, that you're bored because you didn't participate in the thing? That's nothing, man. That's not that bad. Like, whatever. Anyways, my point is, so I was joking that it's like, yeah, no, I wouldn't last very long because I would be so annoying. I mean, look at me talking for like 40 some odd minutes just chatting to an empty room. Like, I'd be annoying, man. I would be like, yeah, trips you. It's like, I don't like this particular guy. I'm going to trip him every time I see him. There's no real consequence for me doing so. But yeah, so I was joking that, like, at a certain point, Kane locks me in a room and hopes I don't leave. And as I'm saying that to my buddy Yajirobe, as we're walking up to Pomni, she goes, they let you leave? And I'm like, oh no, they lock me in, they don't let me out. They don't. And we chat with her for a little bit, and da-da-da. And so, after her, we go to the other ones, and, so the other ones, whatever. we get down to the Hell of a Boss. Hell of a Boss, I don't think anyone from Has-Been was there, actually. If someone from Has-Been was there, no, they were from there because they had a Has-Been panel. I don't know if we actually saw anyone who was in Has-Been when we lined up for there, though. I don't remember. I didn't really pay attention. But, my buddy, he wanted someone from Hell of a Boss that wasn't Solus, because Solus was in a different area. I don't remember their name, but the voice actor was in this, like, very gender outfit. I don't know how to explain it. I don't remember. Man, my memory is... But as we're walking up, I see this blonde woman. And I'm assuming, right, because, like, a lot of the voice actors, they have, for lack of a better term, a handler. If that makes sense. It's like an assistant, a staff member at MomoCon who, like, kind of helps them figure out what walks people through the line, whatever. There's this blonde lady sort of, like, leaving behind the booth, or the little, because there were, like, 4 tables, and that's where, like, a bunch of the Hell of, cast members and whatever were, or whatever, right? So, we're going, and this blonde lady is starting to leave, and I'm assuming she's a handler for one of the voice actors or whatever, and I'm, like, not even thinking too much or whatever about it, whatever. And I see her, and she's got this really cute sweater on. I'm like, oh my god, your sweater, it's so cute, whatever. And she's like, oh, really, thank you, I really like it. Blah, blah, blah. We chat very briefly, and she starts walking away again, and my buddy turns to me and goes, oh, hey, that was Vivzy Pop. Huh? I'm sorry? Excuse me? What do you mean that was Vivzy Pop? So, like, I know she heard me because I said it really loudly. I went, that was Vivzy Pop! And I hear her laugh as she walks away, and I'm like, head and hands, not again! Because I have a history of not recognizing people at all. And that happens a couple more times over the course of the con, actually. I'll get into it. So I'm like, that was Vivzy Pop, and my buddy's like cackling at me because he's just like, oh my god, you're so stupid, like lighthearted. He's just like, yeah, that was Vivzy Pop. Who did you think that was? And it's like, dude, I thought that was like one of the voice actors' handlers or something. I don't know. I don't know what people look like. You're telling me that was Vivzy goddamn Pop herself? I didn't know. I didn't. I don't look up what people look like. I don't care. I don't care. Like, that's an actor, or that's a someone. I don't know who anyone is. I don't know what anyone looks like. I don't know. So, whatever. He gets his signature from the whatever voice actor, and then like we went up to Stolas, which, by the way, when we waited in Stolas' line and we chatted very briefly with him, his voice actor just talks like that. That is just how that man talks. Like, that, he just sounds like that. He just sounds like that. Just in casual conversation, he just sounds like that. It's crazy. Which, very cool. Like, very cool. But, like, yeah, no, he just sounds like that. Sorry, I'm checking. I have like a bunch of messages all of a sudden. What's going on? Hello? $5 million messages. Okay. But yeah, like, you know, just wow. He just talks like that, whatever. He gets a signature, it's cool, whatever. And like we start separating off around like near the evening area. Like what was funny was after the first bout of signatures or whatever, I was like, I'm gonna wander off, get food and a drink and whatever. And like I managed to wander away, get food and a drink, eat all my food, and drink a good portion of my drink, and then I wandered back to just see if he had went back into another line. He was still chatting and talking with like one of his friends, and he was like, "You're back that quick?" And I'm like, "Dude, I ate my lunch or slash dinner or whatever. Did you go and get another signature?" He's like, "No, I've just been chilling out over here because we waited so long for the one guy." For Shadow, I think it was. We waited long enough that like our feet actively started hurting. So, and I was like, "Oh, dang, crazy." And I ended up hanging out with him a little bit longer, and then at a certain point we separated off, whatever. I do, actually, I'm remembering another funny thing about hanging out with this guy. Those of you who are vaguely familiar with me, whatever, you know that I like League of Legends. League of Legends. I saw a Heartsteel set, or maybe, I don't know if it was this first day or another day, but I saw a Heartsteel set cosplayer who was so fine. I'm walking with Yajirobe. Cause we were walking, at a point, he wanted to drop off his stuff at his hotel room, cause he was, at the Omni Hotel, which is connected. So we were walking that way, and I saw Heartsteel set, and I practically, like, crashed, like, like, grabbed Yajirobe, I'm like, "Heartsteel set!" And he's like, Yajirobe's, like, looking at me like, "What the hell?" And I'm just like, I go up to the Heartsteel set because he was tall, he was buff, he was canon. I was just like, "Hi, can I get a picture?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course." And he flexes. He did the like set pose, and I'm just like, "Thank you!" And I scurry away, and I'm just like, he set Heartsteel. He's so attractive, whatever. And I go back to Yajirobe and we keep walking, and he's just like, "Girl," and I'm like, "Man, I'm sorry, the thirst, it escaped me. It escaped." So, yeah, and then I stayed really late day one, and not late at all for all the other days. Day one, I stayed until the con hour stuff closed. I went to 2 JJK panels. The first one, I felt really bad for the organizers, because, the panel flopped, but it wasn't their fault. They got scheduled for a 1 a.m. panel. Now, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people clear out after Artist Alley Vendors Hall closes. So, and the Artist Alley Vendor Hall closed, like, I want to say on that first day? I think it closed around 10, maybe 9, because they open it later. On those days as well. On the first day, anyways. But yeah, no, the majority people, gonzo, and like around after midnight is where after party stuff starts happening. So a lot of people blitzed out for after parties. I felt really bad because even people waited in line for the thing, and there were some really good Nanami cosplayers at MomoCon. Anyways, thirst, it keeps escaping. But so people are lined up, but like very early into the panel, people are blitzing out, people are leaving, people are gone, they're leaving mid-panel. By the end of that panel, you could count how many people were left in the room on one hand. And like, majority of those people were the people running it. That wasn't their fault. They did their best. The problem was their panel relied on audience participation. The audience was leaving for after parties and leaving just flat out. They didn't have an audience to work with. One of the guys, he actually has a Twitch channel. I think he's still live right now. He is. It makes no sense to raid because I don't really got anyone, and also I'm going to be streaming for a while. But yeah, Drosera VT. Yeah, like I believe that's him. He was one of the, I think he was either Nanami or Mahito. Mahito? I don't remember. He was one of them. There was like 3 of them, and then and then Gojo, who showed up halfway through the panel. He showed up like the Gojo shows up halfway through the panel and was like, "Hello, sorry I'm late." And like Gojo was also like falling asleep halfway through the panel as well. Like shows up halfway through and then like is falling asleep by the end of it. I think Gojo was pretty much like dead. Like the last like 20 minutes of the 10-20 minutes of the panel was just like dead Gonzo. Half the man he used to be. Spoilers, I guess. But yeah. So and the later in the night it is, the louder of a mouth I am. Like I just yip. I keep yapping. I don't shut up. The later in the night it is, the more I talk, the more annoying I get. So they got to deal with loudmouth Bulma being like, I love Gojo, I love Nanami, I'm going to make jokes. Whatever. So, then there was a panel after that one, which was also JJK, which was the JJK Slumber Party, which was several cosplayers all at a table, and they had a better turnout. I will say this, they did have a much better turnout, and like there's a lot of, it was another audience participation one. I think because it was later, so some of the, I heard bits and pieces, I don't know what actually happened, but apparently the day 1 after parties, I guess stuff happened and they got shut down? I don't know, I don't really know, but apparently a bunch of the cosplayers in it were also like, they had their own like little fan bases. One of them was actually live streaming it. And it generally went pretty good, whatever. And like then I went home. So next up, day 2, let me grab my day 2 outfit, which day 2 was Android 21. And as you guys know, probably from my 2024 day 1, or sorry, day 2, like, let me just really quick get a full view of her. She looked cute. I really liked how she ended up coming out. I did stylize her a little bit slightly. I wanted to get, on Amazon you could actually get like really nice shoes that like they're actually like latex rubber or something like that. They're the correct colors or whatever, but like they wouldn't have arrived in time and they were pretty expensive, so we just kind of faked it with like making little socks to go over my boots. But yeah, like super cute little outfit. I thought it was super cute. I thought it was charming, and I wandered around like her. The earrings hurt my ears. The earrings were not worth it because I did actually get, like, if I turn around over here, I did actually grab, I had these suckers in. These are pretty decent. I got them at Walmart. They were in a pack of like 3. There was also a smaller version and a way bigger version, which I do not have contained in here because they are ridiculously large. I just knocked something over again. Whatever. But yeah, not worth it. those suckers hurt. They were pretty heavy. I usually wear pretty lightweight earrings. Like, I mean, again, let me grab this again, actually, to empathize my point, or emphasize. Which, oh, by the way, the little badge, super cute. Like, hell, I can even like plug the ones like, so like for instance, like I wore like these ones on Bulma Day, and they're pretty decently sized earrings. They're pretty big, but they're very lightweight. Same with like these ones, which I wore on the 4th day, which you'll maybe see, but like pretty big earrings, pretty lightweight. These ones are plastic, and I also have a metal one that I wore for day 3. Day 3 I wore these, which again you couldn't really see them, but I did have them, is the point. But yeah, and like for instance, like these ones, which are much longer, pretty lightweight. They're lightweight, they're cute, and they accentuate. Like, it's like, look, earrings, you know. I actually have another, hold on, they're right over here. Eek! I have these, like, I think the other heaviest pair of earrings I've got are these, funky little skeleton ones that my sister got me. They also make a jingle noise. I don't know if the mic's picking it up. But they do make a jingle noise. They're little. These are like probably one of the heavier ones I own. That said, I think these suckers actually have them beat in terms of uncomfortable. Although granted, I haven't worn these without the wig. They may be more comfortable without the wig constantly getting stuck on them, because that's a pretty good sized wig. I can grab it off the top bunk. Yeah, because she fell out of her net. She fell out of her net, so I can show her off. Her net doesn't stay on her very well. Like, it's a pretty decently sized wig. I did try to style it a little bit. Couldn't very much. I didn't want to do the hairspray thing with her because I was afraid I'd like destroy the wig if I tried to hairspray it the way that her hair looks. But, you know, one of those things. It's just one of those things, you know. It's like at a certain point, especially with Dragon Ball, because we've all seen Goku. The hair is ridiculous in that show. Anyways, it's like we're reaching card game anime levels of weird for some of these hair designs, you know? You know what I'm saying? Anyways. So, yeah, I wasn't doing that. I was just like, you know what? She can just have normal ass hair. I don't think anyone super cares. She's recognizable enough. But yeah, so it's like she's recognizable enough. We don't super need to worry about it. So, you know, I let her be. And so she was super cute. There was a Dragon Ball photo shoot, which was so much fun. There was actually another Android 21, except she was the Majin form, and she looked so good! Honestly, I would love to set up a Majin form, Android 21. The thing is, I would need someone to scary dog for me, because... I mean, look at me. Do I look scary to you? After what happened to me during year 1 2023 Momocon, for context, which I'm realizing like not everyone would probably know about this, the first time I went to Momocon in 2023, I did 4 days of Bulma. Super cute, super fun, whatever. I'm realizes I got embarrassed in front of people I respect there too. Anyways, Um, so, but I had a guy, and I know it was the same guy, because he wore the same jacket every day I saw him, and he acted the same way every day I saw him. A guy approached me. There's a lot of Bulmas. There's Bulmas aplenty. Always there are a bunch of Bulmas at cons. She's a very recognizable character. She's got a lot of outfits. Bulma's popular. She should be. She's great. But I'm running around as Bulma, and I mostly ran around as Dragon Ball Z designs of Bulma. Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. None from the original Dragon Ball, mainly because those are a dime a dozen. I'd rather do her other outfits. So this guy approaches me about 3 days in a row. I didn't see him on the 4th day, thank God. But 3 days in a row, I get approached by this guy, and each time he's like, "Hey, are you gonna do bunny suit Bulma later?" And I was like, "Oh no, I'm doing 4 days of Bulma, but I'm not doing bunny suit Bulma." And he's like, "Oh, not even for the nighttime portion?" And I'm like, "Nah, not. I do one cosplay a day. I don't do multiple cosplays a day. Respect to people who do, but I don't personally do that. I would only do that if I was in one of the connecting hotels, you know? I have no interest in doing that on like a day where, like, if I had to drive all the way back to my other hotel, change, and then come back, I just wouldn't come back. I'm just saying. Unless I, like, had, like, something planned where I had to. But, like, even then, it's, like, it's a whole thing. So I just was like, no, I'm not. So first day, that's the interaction. I was like, oh, hey, do you want to do a selfie together? And he's like, no, I like pictures. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. Second day, I see him again, and I get asked the same way, are you gonna do Bunny Suit Bulma later? I'm getting, like, a little bit weird vibe from him. I'm like, no, that's fine. And out of curiosity, I try again, because I was wondering if maybe part of it was, like, I was like, it's like, oh, well, do you want to do a selfie together? And he's like, because I figured it was worth a second shot just to see what was going on there. And he acted really weird about, he's like, oh, no, I like pictures of cosplayers. And I'm sitting there like, this mixed with the fact that this guy has asked me 2 days in a row if I'm gonna do the Bulma bunny suit cosplay. I'm not digging this vibe. Third day, he tracks me down again. I don't know if he was seeking me out or if I was just unlucky or something. But 3 days in a row, are you gonna do the Bulma bunny suit? I had specified, and each time I was asked, I was like, no, none of the days. I'm not doing it for any of the days. And he's like, oh, why not? And I'm like, I just don't want to do bunny suit. And he's like, okay, well, you should do it. You should consider it. And I'm like, I'm not going to. Thank you. And without fail, are you gonna do the bunny suit? Like, I don't know if maybe he just didn't recognize me, but after, because, like, day 1, I didn't have it, but, like, day 2 onwards, I had a Dragon Ball shaped backpack. I've taken it apart since, so I can't really demonstrate it right now, because I'm planning on remaking it. But, like, I had a very recognizable backpack that made it very clear I was the same person all 4 days. Or, well, all 3 days, because I didn't have it the first day, I don't think. Maybe? I don't remember if I had it the first day or not. I don't think I did. I think, yeah, no, the first day I had a different purse. But, like, day 2 onwards, I had the same bag. He should have known it was me. To be consistently asked every time he saw me, are you going to do bunny suit Bulma? Not a great vibe. I'm gonna be real with you. Now, granted, I have my own views on the bunny suit Bulma thing. I do know it's a very iconic outfit. It's a very popular cosplay. I see bunny suit Bulmas all the time. respect to girls who are willing to run around in that. Personally, for me, it makes me feel a little weird. I've seen really cute reimaginings. I know that like last year, 2023, someone did a really cute reimagining of it, where instead of it being an actual bunny suit, it was like it had little cat, like she had like a U-neck rather than a V-neck, and it had like t-shirt sleeves. And but then otherwise it was the bunny suit outfit with the blue tights and like the red heels and the bunny ears, but like it covered a little more and it wasn't as aggressively sexualized. Or she wasn't wearing red heels, she was wearing red sneakers, but like still vibes came across, and it looked like how, and here's where it gets controversial, gang. Bulma is 16 when she's wearing that outfit in the original Dragon Ball. Now, you can have like bunny suits, dime a dozen, you see them everywhere, whatever. They're very common. Also, like there's a Miku module where it's Magician's Assistant, and it's kind of the same sort of vibe. But you can do a bunny suit without it being really sexualized. Like you can do it, like the Playboy Bunny. Now, granted, Playboy Bunny in itself, that implies things, right? But I mean, again, it was acceptable in the 80s. That's how a lot of stuff with anime is. It's like, dude, it was acceptable in the 80s, so now it's super recognized. Whatever. For me personally, I would not do a bunny suit cosplay for Bulma, specifically because the recognized one is when she's 16, and I don't feel super comfortable cosplaying a 16-year-old in that kind of outfit, or at least not without stylizing it so it's less sexualized. And that's just my views on it. I get why it's a super popular outfit. There's plenty of people who just wear it because it's cute and it's a bunny suit, whatever. And it's super recognizable. I don't blame people. It's recognizable. You look, you see, it's Bulma, you know. And that's just kind of how it is. So whatever, no big deal. But I got really weird vibes, obviously, from a guy asking me basically 3 days in a row, "Are you gonna bunny suit Bulma?" And just kind of generally weird vibes from the guy. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It was kind of weird. I didn't really appreciate it. So yeah. So if I was going to imagine Android 21, I would like to have a con buddy with me, to scary dog, maybe to avoid some of those comments. However, that said, I do have cosplay boundaries that are a little more lax than some. So for me, I can probably actually grab them off my Instagram, maybe. Am I logged on to my Instagram on PC? I don't know. I'm not. But it should log me in. Save info, sure. Not now. Thank you. Up. Yeah, I've got buddies still posting pictures up from MomoCon, which understandable because. But oh, I have notifications. There's stuff going on apparently. I'm begging y'all to choose a different reel to like. Oh wait, this one is a different reel. That's of my new dog. Okay, that's fine. One of my reels went weirdly popular on Instagram for some reason. And I do mean weirdly popular because like it was just like an in between, like it's just like, here's how the Pip-Boy looks so far, and then it went somehow viral. It was very odd. So like let me really quick like grab what this looks like. Go back to OBS, change. So let me really quick swap out of the Android 21 to just show off. And it's tiny. Anyways, so these are my cosplay boundaries. Just very quick, let me just show these to you. So I'm okay with being approached, being complimented, high fives, handshakes, that's fine. Taking photos, videos, that's fine. I don't really know what the hell cost cards are. I guess it's like if you're a cosplayer like dedicated on Instagram, be like, here, this is my thing, or whatever. I would rather. I don't have any, so I just kind of was like, ask first. I don't really. It's, especially because I don't do that. I'm not a dedicated cosplayer. Like I do enjoy cosplaying, but I don't. It's not. I don't do this like 24/7, whatever. Um, I just realized I've had streams starting soon this entire time. We're just chatting. We've been just chatting for the past hour. Bro, the brain, it doesn't work. Anyways. Touching of wig, my cosplay itself, the props, ask me first. But when it comes to fan service, flirting for pictures and stuff, like Kabadon, or just flirting, and like hugs and kisses or whatever, ask me. There's a lot of people who are only friends or partners. A lot of people do the blue. The only one I have that for is using of my real name. It's like, if I'm in cosplay, I would rather you refer to me as the character. Like, that is my only, like, hey, only my friends, because I don't know you, bro. If I don't know you, you shouldn't be using my name. Or at least you shouldn't be using, like, you know, it's just like, if you use sugar or whatever, that's no big deal. And on here, I'm okay with being called Kate. But if I'm in full cosplay, and I don't know you, and you're calling me Kate, that's a little weird. Like, if we have some passing familiarity, like maybe you've been on my stream, shown up to my streams a couple times and you recognize me, or you recognize me from a Discord server we share, and you go, oh, hey, Kate, how you doing? Because we have some sort of familiarity at that point. That's fine. That's okay. Like, that's no big deal. The problem is very specifically when it's like, oops, the problem is very specifically when you reach the point where it's like, you're a stranger, I don't know who you are. If you hear, like, let's say you're walking around con and you hear someone refer to their friend as their name, but you recognize them as a cosplayed character. Like, let's say, I don't know, someone's running around as Pikachu and Ash, let's just say. And you hear Ash refer to Pikachu as Molly. Don't run up to Pikachu and be like, hi, Molly! That's weird, bro. That's weird. It is weird. Okay? You know, it's just one of those things. But, you know, so, for me, it's like, if you hear my name off of someone else, but I did not introduce myself to you as that name, don't use that name for me, you know? So, for this, it's like, I wanted to be called, for this, I was called Android 21, basically. So, it's like, if people saw me, they'd be like, hey, Android 21, how you doing, or whatever. And that was about it, you know? Anyways. So, as Android 21, the running gag of day 2 was pretty much point blank asking people, hey, because people would ask for pictures with me, and I was like, hey, by any chance, are you a simp for Android 21? And, like, I know, right? I know for a fact there are pictures of, like, because I would do, like, mock cheek kisses, or, like, Evie, you're coming to be a prop. Everyone say hello to Evie. She is giant. For demonstrate, you don't have a chin. This doesn't work. Never mind. Go away. Go away. Evie goes back. We're gonna use Jax, because he's right here. Hello, buddy. You're a prop. Here he is. So, there's, a couple pictures where, like, I was, as Android 21, doing something like this, or, like, one finger. It doesn't super work. He doesn't super have a chin. Where is my wig head? When will my wig head return from war? But you know, just sort of being like, well, someone took a picture and being like this, or whatever, and like so flirty sort of poses, and there was one guy, and I hope to God I find the picture somewhere. I hope someone tags it with #MomoCon so I can find it, because I wish I had gotten that sent to me because oh my god. So there were two guys. And both of them Android 21 simps. He's not straight. I don't care. So guy one, I do the sort of like making him look up at me because we're about similar in height, whatever. Guy two is much taller than me. And I'm like, well, you're taller than me. I don't know how this is gonna work. And he's like, I could kneel down or something. And I was like, oh, you want to get on your knees? And he's like, yeah. So he gets on his knees and, you know, flirty pose, whatever, it takes picture. Off they go. Like, I took so many, I don't even know how many, like, flirty poses with, like, Android 21 simps. It is tragic, truly tragic, that I did not find a female Android 21 simp, because just because for variety. Like, it was very cool that there were so many guys who were, like, willing to have, like, a flirty pose picture or whatever, but I was hoping to find a female simp. Where are we? Where are you, girls? I'm an Android 21 simp, that's why I cosplayed her! That's, you know. Um, but yeah, and also in this outfit, I went to Jake Neutron's panel. Team Neutron's panel, I should say. So hee. So fun fact. And I also went to his panel last year in the Oops All Boma. So now for some context and background, Jake Neutron is one of my, like, honestly, one of, like, my number one favorites when it comes to YouTube content creators. Granted, when he went down the Friday Night Funkin', I kind of lost a little interest. That wasn't really anything for him. I'm just not super big on that genre of rhythm game, is all. The music's bopping. I don't watch gameplay videos or really anything of that. And I don't pay attention to much of the mods. But, like, the music he pumped out for it was still pretty good. But, like, oh my god. High school, and people who know me from high school probably were part of this crowd. I had friends in high school, because we were in a lot of the fandoms that Jake Neutron was in. Context, I graduated from high school in 2019, so about 2015 to 2019 era of Jake Neutron, a lot of the fandoms he did, I was in those fandoms, and that's part of why I was so interested. And so it was a thing in my friend groups. We would take screenshots from his animations, like the smear frames, and use them as reaction images for each other. Because it was funny, it was cool. And, like, he was a really skilled animator or whatever. And it was very cool meeting him in person. I met him in person in 2023 first. And I was, like, so, like, bundle of nerves, like, oh my god, you're so cool. Can I get a picture? You know, sort of thing, because I was just like, oh my god, really cool guy. That, like, which, by the way, it was a shocker to find out that Jake Neutron and I are in a similar age range. I think we're literally the same age. I think he's older by, like, a couple months or something, I guess. Or not a couple months, it would be, like, because I don't know his birthday, it's not my business. But he's, like, at most a year older than me. Or something. I don't know his exact age, it's not my business. But generally, we're, like, within a year of each other, at least. Or at most, within a year of each other. Do you realize how baffling it is to be like, oh my god, this guy I've been watching since high school, he was in high school too! He was in high school too when I was watching him. That's crazy. So whatever. But so like a little like freaking earlier this year, it gets dropped that he has a Discord server. He has a Discord server, and I'm like, oh my god. Because meeting him at MomoCon 2023, which I hadn't paid attention to some of his song drops, and I got so obsessed with one of his song drops that it ended up, well, a couple of his song drops, but like one of his, he ended up in my top 10 for the Wrapped of 2023, and I put it on. I actually mentioned it like on my Twitter, like haha lol. I got obsessed in MomoCon, and now it's on my Wrapped, haha teehee whatever, and he liked it, and I was like, sir. Hello, excuse me, what? Crazy. 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 Yes. What do you mean? What do you mean, you know? Craziness, craziness, craziness. Um, but like yeah, so whoa, wowzers, wowzers. Um, but yeah, so I joined his Discord server like earlier this year. It's like Pulsars, PULSARSXXII. So that's 22? Pulsar's 22? Maybe? I don't know Roman numerals, I'm realizing. Uh-oh! Anyways, so for earlier this year I joined it. I've been pretty active, or semi-active in it. I tend to lurk in bigger servers. Um, I literally actually have some of my Discord servers sorted into a folder that's called communities I want to interact with more, because I just don't interact in there. Like for instance, like my buddy Draco, it's Draco Fox. Um, I want to interact more in his server. I don't, because I don't catch his streams very often. He's over in the UK, so he's on a different time zone entirely. Sorry, I I went to a chat and saw Rakan and went, hello? Hi? Rakan, is that you? That's, oh, that's a little embarrassing. Oh my god. But like, like, hold on. Like, hold on. I'm just really quick. I'm gonna clip that for myself. Just my like embarrassment at being like the. Like, I think it would be like a. Ooh, I didn't like that. Okay. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, since it's just me, um, work having to clip things is Okay, so save. Okay, there we go. Anyways, um. Oh, hi, hi! I didn't realize someone just showed up. Oh no, I wasn't looking at OBS at all. Hi, Tori Sage, first time chatter. Hello. Hi. I'm doing just chatting stream. I I got distracted. I was literally making a clip because I was talking on a topic. I was checking my Discord for stuff. Tori from Creative Writing. Oh my God. Hi. Oh, I know you. I know you. I know you. Hello. It's so good to see you. We haven't talked. Uh, Good to see you. Sorry. I'm doing my late night Thursday streams. Hi. I was literally making a clip about how because I was trying to use Discord for explanation as to like I have to change the tab. I was I was talking about Discord stuff, and that it's like I was checking something and then I saw a notification somewhere. I clicked it and it was a picture of a character that I find very attractive. So I was like panic attack. Very attractive character spotted. But yeah, what was my original topic? I don't even remember. Oh, so my buddy Draco Fox, like I want to interact more in his Discord server, but I don't participate in a lot of his streams because he's on a different time zone than me. So I'm just not active for most of his streams. Or I'm not online or whatever. I don't have time. Whatever. You get my drift. So as a result, like I don't interact much in his server because I don't interact much in his streams because I'm always busy. But so he's in the tab of servers that I have that I literally just have called like I want to interact in here more, and I don't interact in most of them. Oops, I'm a lurking lizard. You know, just how it is. So, but like on Jake Neutron's server, I'm fairly active. I actually have like they have a leveling system to show like how active people are. I'm on the highest level for that because I interact there enough, or well, not so much I interact there enough. The way that leveling thing works is how many characters or words that you've sent in the server rather than anything else. Yeah, pretty much. It's like I don't want to be your like main contact in a server. I am there. I interact with the people. I go, this one's my friend, that one's my friend, and I interact that way. And then you don't see me otherwise. But there's some servers I'm more active in and whatever. And weirdly enough, I'm pretty active in Jake Neutron's server, which is insane considering the fact that I typically don't interact in big community servers. Most big community servers, I don't talk in there. I'm there to get news about like projects being updated or whatever. I don't really talk in there, but I talk pretty frequently in Jake Neutron's server. Enough that because Jake Neutron and Team Neutron were going to be at MomoCon, I was actually updating them like in the lounge. I was like the main chat, I posted pictures of each day's cosplays like, hey, I'm running around as this character for this day of MomoCon. If you see me, come chat, come over, we can chat, we can talk, hang out. I just wander around, I have a good time. And so the first day when I was running around as Bulma, I got a little ping in the server from a name that is going to be recognized by some. So Sydney Osman is like, hey, I looked around for you at the con. I didn't see you around or anything. For those in the know, Sydney Osman, and I didn't realize it at the time because I don't connect names to anyone. Sydney Osman is a voice actor and singer, and she is very skilled, very talented at what she does, and she has a good number of subscribers and stuff. She's pretty well known in those communities and such. but she's like, so in the server, and I'm not connecting. I know that she's a part of Team Neutron, and that she's got the technician role color, which means that she has moderator privileges. And that's like and so I'm like, oh, it's one of the moderators. And she's like, yeah, I looked around at MomoCon, I didn't see you, because I was running all over the place on day one. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll post tomorrow's cosplay, it's no big deal. I'll just be running around. So day 2, I posted this picture, which is over here, like, grabs it. This one. I'm like, yeah, I have this posted up, and I'm like, hey, I'm day 2, I'm running around in this. If you see me, just feel free to run over, whatever. Team Neutron panel. I go to it because, of course, I'm going to it because, dude, Jake Neutron, he is awesome. So I go over to the panel. I have bad eyesight, even though I was wearing, because for context, I normally wear glasses. If I need to see far away, if I would need to drive, the glasses are on. Which, by the way, I'm so glad I found these before MomoCon, because for like the almost after my birthday on like February 6th, I lost these for pretty much all of February, almost all the entirety of March, pretty much all of April, and then like beginning week of May, I found these. They had fallen into one of my backpacks. So I was stuck wearing these for a very long, which I like these glasses, but look at my makeup and then consider how these glasses, like, these glasses don't really match the vibes very much. And this is how I do makeup for fun when I go out on the town or whatever. I looked I had to have very low-key makeup for a while with these suckers. Just because I looked ridiculous and not in the fun way. With those to do the crazy makeup. But point is, I found my beloved main pair of glasses. Both pairs are prescription, and I cannot recommend it. Orange glasses. I wouldn't be against orange glasses. Orange is not a bad color on me. But for me, personally, I like having 2 sets of glasses. I would love to have another set of glasses, prescription, just because it's nice to be able to coordinate my glasses to my outfits. But cost efficiency and whatever, I'm good with my 2 pairs. And obviously, if you lose 1 pair, it's good to have a second pair in the wings. But yeah. So, but yeah, even with glasses, my eyesight's not the best. I have to try to stay pretty close to presentations and stuff so I can see. Yeah, it's a risky scenario. My partner has like a pair of glasses and a pair of contacts, so worst comes to worst, they can use the other one. But like, I don't have contacts. I've never tried contacts. I'm a little scared of them. But yeah, so I have my 2 pairs. But yeah, so I moved to sit in the front of the Jake Neutron panel because I have bad, I'm stealing your brain cells so I can maybe stay on topic for a little bit. But so, I go to sit in the front of the panel to a point so I can at least like see what's going on and read the presentation, because they had a little presentation screen. And there was still a decent amount of time before the panel started. And as I'm walking in, someone on the stage goes, "Hey, your sugar code wishes from the server." Now, again, the only person who had interacted in the server at that point, up until that point, about like, "Hey, I tried to look around for you," was Sydney Osman. So I just assumed that the person who recognized me as sugar-coated wishes from the server must be Sydney. It was not Sydney. Because I look and I'm like, "Oh, hey, you're from the server too, blah, blah, blah." We chat a little bit. And since she's on the stage and she's clearly a part of Team Neutron and the panel, she must be a moderator, and that therefore must be Sydney. It was not Sydney. I'm like, "Oh, are you Sydney?" And she's like, "Oh, no, I'm Rue." And I'm like, already like a little embarrassed, like, "Oh, okay, that's cool, whatever, you know. I'm just like, oh, well, it's really nice to meet you, because I had met Rue before in voice call, but I'm bad at connecting voices to names and names to faces, and I'm just bad at it. Um, so I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know. And so we chat a little bit, and then I go and I find a seat, I plop, I sit, and I'm goofing around my phone because there's a decent amount of time before the panel starts. I'm like goofing around, I'm on Tumblr, I'm chatting a little bit in the server or whatever. And someone stops in front of me and goes, "You're Sugar Coated Wishes, right?" And I'm like, "Please, I hope this person's Sydney." So I'm like, "Yeah, are you Sydney?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so we chat a little bit. She sits beside me for a little bit, and I had like a little thing of beef dumplings I had gotten before the panel, and I was going to eat them, and I look at her and I'm like, "You want a beef dumpling?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'll have a beef dumpling." And there's a Rambly from Indigo Park cosplayer next to me, and I was like, "You want one?" So I kind of shared my beef dumplings, and I was just, so we ate beef dumplings together. And I'm talking to Sydney, and she's really cool and she's really chill, and it's not connecting for me yet that this is like voice actor, singer. I just knew that she was part of Team Neutron, and I didn't realize that she was very recognizable, whatever. I'm just like, kind of like, "Oh my god, you're really cool, blah, blah, blah." We're chatting, and it's like, I knew she worked with Jake, but I didn't realize who she was. Like, it's like, I knew she worked with Jake, I didn't realize just how, you know? Yeah, beef dumplings. It'd be cool to be her friend. We haven't super interacted much afterwards, but, like, granted, it's a thing. So, uh, hold on. My thoughts, where are they? So, panel starts, and she gets called up to be on stage. It's like, "Yeah, we have other members of Team Neutron in the crowd, but come up here, come up here, come up here." And she is the voice of the Collector in Jake Neutron's song Make Believe. No, you're fine. I get distracted anyways. Most of my stream VODs and stuff are me just like going, "Oh, by the way," you know, like I lose focus all the time. It's no problem. I have trouble keeping. It actually helps to have someone to talk to back and forth a little bit. Anyways, so she goes up on stage. She's like, "Yeah, I voiced the Collector. I sang in this," and I'm sitting there like, you know, like a little fear response, like, "Oh my god, I just shared my beef dumplings with the singer." The singer of the song that ended up in my top 10, or one of the songs that ended up in like my top like 10, 20 of Spotify Wrapped last year. I didn't realize that was her. So I'm just sitting there like, "Oh my god," like, so whatever. I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. That's so cool that I just apparently, great, great, great," you know, it's like, so panel goes on. And then after the panel, everyone sort of like conglomerates like outside of it. And I'm hanging out just sort of like in the immediate crowd. And for me, there weren't a lot of panels that I was very interested in. So my modus operandi was I would find a place and I would just kind of hang out there for a while until I decided I wanted to walk somewhere. So after the panel, I just kind of hang out right there with members of Team Neutron and Jake Neutron himself. And I just kind of hang out and chat sort of amicably or whatever. And I talk a bit with Rue and I talk a bit with Sydney. In part because I think they're very cool and like I'd had interacted with them before on the Discord server. And like they were chill there and Sydney was very chill and before the panel and everything, and you know, just so I'm just interacting, I'm chatting. And like out it was very funny because I was talking with Rue and I was like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize that, like, I confused you." And Rue's like, "No, it's no big deal, I don't really show my face." And I'm like, I don't connect, I don't know who anyone is. And I like made a joke because Jake Neutron was standing a little bit behind me, or like a little bit to the, like my side, talking to someone else. And I'm like, "No, seriously, it's amazing I even know who he is because I don't connect names to faces like at all." I'm like so joking, whatever, chatting. And at one point, cause Sydney and I chatted a little bit, we took a selfie with each other and whatever. But I noticed her a little bit, she's a little bit separated because everyone's sort of like grouped up in little circles, and it's like almost like, I don't want to say a Mickey Mouse shape, but kind of like, you know how the little circles sort of like grow off each other, like an amoeba sort of thing? It was kind of like that. So everyone's in their own little cells, and I glance over because I see Sydney's like typing away at her phone because she's interacting in the Jake Neutron server. And I glance over and I see her phone. I'm like, and I'm in the Jake Neutron server. I'm like, Sydney, why are you using light mode? I can see your phone. And her head shoots up, and she's like looking around trying to figure out where I am. And she sees me and goes, and I'm like, why are you using it? And she's like, listen. It helps me see it better. I'm like, yeah, if you want to get flashbanged, and we joke and whatever. And so we're talking. And then she's like, hey, are you going to come to the Team Neutron Nexus concert tomorrow morning? Yeah, real. Like, light mode, dude, I'll die. Dude, I'll die. I can't do that. But, so, I'm like, girl, like, whoa, light mode. But yeah, she's like, yeah, are you going to come to the concert tomorrow? We're doing the concert. We've been practicing. It's really great. And I'm like, oh, there's a concert tomorrow. And she's like, yeah, Neutron Nexus. We're gonna perform a bunch of Jake Neutron songs live. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. What time is it? I'll try to show up. And she's like, oh, it should be in the app. So she's like showing me on the app. And so we, and she's like, yeah, it's at this time, whatever. It'd be really cool if you could show up. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do my best. It was a little earlier in the morning than I wanted to be there at the con for, but I was like, you know what? Yeah, I will try to show up for that. It's like I would have been interested anyways, but like the fact that like I got directly invited, I was like, you know what? I absolutely must, because that's really cool that you reached out and wanted to like see me at it. That's really cool. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll try to see you there. And so and like, you know, it was cool, and I kind of hung out there, in that little area until everyone started separating off. Jake, Rue, and some of the other members of Team Neutron, whose names are escaping me right now, they started heading back to the hotel. They're gonna go get food, whatever. And I'm just kind of like, I'm still just kind of hanging out in that general area, and like they start breaking away, sort of dismissing, going, and it's like I'm not one of those fans who's gonna be like, oh, can I join and follow along? So I was just kind of like, okay, cool. So have a good day, have a good rest of the con, and I wander away to just keep exploring the exhibit hall. I took more pictures with people, so on and so forth, and like, you know, just very generally a very cool experience. And like again, it like absolutely wigged me that I got recognized by actual members of Team Neutron. Like, on one hand, I guess it makes a little sense because I was posting like, hey, I'm at MomoCon, I'm in this outfit. If you see me, say hi. But I wasn't actually expecting members of Team Neutron themselves to, you know, show up and say hi, you know? I wasn't expecting that. What happened to my snip artwork? Where did that go? Yeah, no, it was really cool. Crazy a little bit, honestly. I don't know where my Spotify went. Is it possible that, undo reorder sources, maybe? Undo. I'm trying to figure out. I just realized that my Spotify thing disappeared. I'm gonna switch it to a different song and see if it like reappears. Hold on. I know this song usually appears. Yes, it does. Okay, everything is fine. Everything is fine. I mean, okay. I was just like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? So, sometimes it's broken. I was scared that I accidentally shifted it somewhere when I was dragging the picture around. But yeah, so like, you know, it was just crazy to be recognized by people I respect. And people who I didn't realize I respected until I realized who they actually were. But yeah, so, you know, just crazy. So let me get my day 3 cosplay, which is what I went to the concert in, because I've been trying to show off, like, yeah, I looked like this for this day and that for that day, and so on and so forth. Nope, not in there. Having to jump around to, so MomoCon day 3. So, day 3. Do I have a good solo photo? Oh, actually, this one works perfect for what I'm sorry, I took the selfie with Sydney the next day, I think. So, hold on. So you may recognize or you may not recognize the person who's about to appear in my picture 3, day 3. So the person in that picture is Oreo. She is a singer. Also, as revealed apparently during one of the panels of MomoCon this year, she is ProZD, ProZD's second cousin. I don't recognize people on sight. We've already said this. We've cleared this through a couple times. I don't recognize people on sight. When I queued up for the like let me get like a better full image of like what I actually looked like though. For the that'll have to do. A18. So the full picture. Yeah, fair enough. I don't recognize people on site like at all. I just never do. I have a bad time with it. But like, here's like a better like full what it looks like. Like this was my Android 18. I thought it was super cute. I stylized her a little bit just because it's a pretty plain outfit. I figured I could get away with stylizing it. You can't see it super well in the picture unless I like jack up the. You can kind of see it a little bit. So those are star studs. I thought it'd be cute. It would be fitting for it. Because Dragon Ball, and the Dragon Balls have stars, and you know, you get my drift. So I just thought it'd be cute to stylize it and whatever. So that's what I'm running around with on day 3. And I go to the concert in that outfit and stuff. And it's cute, and you know, it's vibing, it's cute. And so day 3, I also preface in this server, I'm like, hey, I look like this. This is why I'm going to the concert, and see you guys there. Yippee. And you know, it's pretty cool. It's whatever. I sit in the front row because I was there early enough that I could sit in the front row. And generally, the way that you do it is if someone's already in the row, you don't sit right next to them. You leave a space in between on the off chance that they're saving seats for friends, or you just want to give them a barrier, whatever. You know, it's common courtesy. I'm sitting. There's other people around me, whatever. And so there's one guy in the middle row, or like the sort of aisle, the middle aisle. There's someone there, free seat, me, and then a bunch of other people. And because like people came up to me, they're like, "Hey, is this seat taken? Can I sit right next to you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that's fine." Because typically you asked. So they plot next to me, whatever. And I see this girl go to the front of. She's not on the stage, but she's right in front of it, and I can see her looking around like she's like, "I'm looking for a free seat." She wants a free, she's looking for a single seat, and I was like, "Hey, are you waiting for someone?" She's like, "No, it's just me." And I turned to the guy, there's one seat between us, I'm like, "Are you saving this for anyone?" They're like, "No, are you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not saving." And I wave, I'm like, "Come over here, you can sit right here." And we're sitting right in the front row, so she would have really good seats, whatever. She's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you," and she sits, she plops. And there's a bit of a ruckus a little bit after she sits, and then people who are filing into the concert are suddenly like running up to her like, "Oh my gosh, I'm such a big fan. Can I get your autograph? Can I get a picture with you?" And they're like, you know, getting pictures, autographs, and I'm just like, I'm like, you know, I don't recognize her, and I can't recognize what she's signing because she's, you know, signature. It's like, ta-da, there you go. And cursive is not my thing. I don't super read it well, whatever. So I'm like trying to figure. I'm like looking over at her like. I'm like trying to figure out if she's like a voice actor or a YouTuber. I don't know who she is. And so at a point I turned to her and I'm like, "Hey, I don't really want to be rude, but there's a lot of people coming up asking for are you like a YouTuber or something?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm Oreo." And I'm like I full body, I just went, "No!" Because I am a big fan of Oreo. I just didn't know what she looked like. I've listened, again, this is another one where it's like, I've been listening to Oreo specifically. I think I've been listening to her since middle school. Like Jake Neutron, I've been watching his videos since high school, but Oreo, I think I've been listening to her music and covers and stuff since like middle school, I want to say. So, at this point, this is like I mean, I didn't like really change how I was interacting with her after I knew. I was just kind of like, "Oh, great. Cool. This is like the second or third time this has fucking happened to me." Because day one, I didn't know who Vivzy goddamn Pop was on site. Vivzy Pop, creator of Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss, because I was talking about it earlier, like an hour ago now. Good lord, have I really? Okay. But like I don't recognize people at all. I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. And I got like a selfie with her and whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Can I get a selfie too? And she's like, yeah, okay. So I took a selfie, whatever. And she was super cool. And I mean, like, she was just like any other person. Like, she was excited during the set. I actually had recorded a little bit of the concert, and you can hear her cheering loudly for some of the songs. And you know, she's just a normal gal. She just happens to also be a singer I really respect. So it was just kind of like, holy shit, crazy. Okay, cool. I didn't realize you were you. That's crazy. Anyways, like it happened again. It happened again. Damn it. You know, like this shit just keeps happening with me. And like so like hold on, here's my picture of Sydney. Let me grab that as well. Browse. So like after the concert, I got a picture with her too, which was really cool. And like, no, it's so bad. Like, I was talking with people earlier today. Like, dude, the fact that like, oh my god, like pretty much 3-4 times in a row, essentially, like didn't recognize Vivzy goddamn Pop. Screwed up Rue's name. Granted, I wouldn't have known it was Rue anyways, but still the fact that I looked her in the face and went, "Are you Sydney Osman?" Are you? Because Rue does not look anything like Sydney, by the way, so whoops. But like, yeah, like, but I was expressing to some friends today, it's like the mortifying ordeal of being known, except it's the fact that I keep embarrassing myself in front of micro celebrities. Because last year, not at MomoCon, last year I went to a Food House concert, which was actually a warehouse rave. And so I don't know if you know anything about Food House. It's a hyperpop duo of Guppy and so Guppy and Fraxium. Fraxium is a little more recognizable because they use their picture for albums all the time and stuff. Guppy doesn't actually showcase their face very often in like promotional anything, whatever. So I had no clue what they were looking like. So at the warehouse rave, very chill atmosphere, very very cool, whatever. And there's people of all there were people in full fursuits. I saw like one guy that was like in a full latex outfit. Like, warehouse raves are crazy. And you know, it's just like we all vibe. So everyone's hanging out, whatever, and like in between sets, and there's different performers before Food House is going on, whatever. And in between one of the sets, there is someone with this really cool, like, they had a long skirt and like this blue shirt, and like they had a Sonic choker, and I do mean like it was like an actual choker that had like a big acrylic Sonic the Hedgehog charm on it, and I thought they looked awesome. And I was like, oh my god, that person looks so cool. And I had like a little thing of icebreaker mints, and I was offering some to people because it's just general vibes. You offer mints, you offer water, whatever. Like I had sodas in my car, so I had offered sodas to some people who were complaining about they didn't like regular old water, you know? And I was like, they're hot, but I have sodas in my car. And you know, just chill stuff like that. I had extra earplugs and stuff in case people got overstimulated. I was like, hey, do you need a pair of earplugs? I got some, you know, just that's general like warehouse rave culture to an extent. So I see this person, and I'm like, hey, you want a icebreaker mint or whatever? And they're like, oh, yeah, I don't want to pick one out, because I usually, what I do is I open the mini, and I'm like, here, you can pluck one out. And they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. So I was like, I opened the one, I open the, one mint at a time, and I try to shake. It's not coming out. Shake, shake, shake. Nothing's coming out. Shake, 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 shake. Nothing coming out. And I eventually shook it too hard, and an entire pile of mints goes into this person's hand. Like, a whole fucking pile. And they're like, do you want these back? I just wanted the, like, the one. And I was like, you can keep it. And I'm like already mortified. I'm like, oh, no, you can keep them. And I close my little thing of mints, and I do a 180 out of, like, that little talk circle, and I go elsewhere in the, like, warehouse, parking lot, warehouse itself, whatever. I fuck off. I get away. I'm like, I cannot be in the vicinity of this cool ass person anymore. I have embarrassed myself. So I go, and they weren't my partner at this point in time, but my now partner comes up to me after I've hightailed it from the thing. It's like, hey, that was Guppy that you just minted. And I'm like, that was who? Because Guppy was, again, part of Food House. The people I had bought the tickets to come see at the warehouse drive. And I'm like, you're telling me I just embarrassed myself in front of the main oh my god, you know, like, and then, so it's like, oh my god, embarrassing enough, right? Few months later, I am telling a friend about this experience, and they're like, who's Guppy? And I'm like, you can look them up on Wikipedia. They're cool. It's embarrassing. And then my friend's looking at the Wikipedia page and goes, that's Tony Hawk's kid. And I'm like, I'm sorry? And they're like, yeah, on the Wikipedia, that's one of Tony Hawk's kids. And I'm like, so you're telling me not only did I embarrass myself in front of one half of the hyperpop duo that I had paid money to see and stuff, that was also happened to be Tony Hawk's child. That's great. I'm so normal about this information that's been given to me. Thanks, buddy. What the fuck? Like, dude, I remember the days where my only interaction with, like, known figures, like, my only interaction with any known figure ever was Buzz Aldrin, because he showed up to West Point events sometimes, because my mom heads a West Point thing. So she helps organize West Point events, and sometimes Buzz Aldrin would show up to these West Point events, and I usually went to help my mom with whatever she needed to do. So my only interaction was with Buzz Aldrin, and I didn't usually interact with him because I thought he was kind of unpleasant to deal with. I thought, like, no offense to the man, like, considering everything that he's gone through, like, fair enough. I wouldn't want random children and people just being like, hello, you're Buzz Aldrin. Like, I wouldn't appreciate it either. It's like, you're the second guy on the moon, not the first. You're the second. Like, I don't blame him for not being, like, really, like, into interacting with people, you know? But yeah, I was, like, my only interaction with known figures for a very long time was pretty much just that guy. But nowadays, I guess I get to mint Tony Hawk's kid. And I get to not recognize Vivzy goddamn Pop herself. And I get to not recognize members of Team Neutron and be like, oh, are you so-and-so? And be completely incorrect. And I get to not realize that that's Oreo that is sitting right beside me getting autographs and shit. Like, the mortifying ordeal of being known by embarrassing myself in front of every micro-celebrity I meet. But yeah, so day 3, Android 18. Pretty good. I wanted to ride it. I didn't end up staying the whole con. But what's funny, I'm not plugged in, I can grab this, hold on. So, as Android 18, I wander into the Artist Alley, and you know what, I'm just kind of wandering, and I remember that I got the information, which I don't know how this got folded and damaged. Oh no, I thought I was taking good care of it. Why is it damaged? But, I got this print. I don't even know how it got bent. I don't even know. I'm a little disappointed now. I got this Gojo print because, Paper Box House, he shows up on, a streamer I really like, streams, and he's an animator, and he does really cool art, as seen. He's really cool. I really like his art style, and I didn't realize that he did bona fide prints. I didn't realize that. I didn't know he did that, and you can kind of see, I actually, again, I said earlier in the stream, I don't usually do, like, I'm not interested in autographs or anything, but when I was buying the print from him, he was like, would you like me to sign it? And I look up and it's like, it's a little $5 charge or whatever to get a signature, but it's like, I really respect this guy, I really like his artwork, and I've seen him in streams, I think he's funny, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I would like your signature. So you can kind of see it. Yeah, there it is. Paper Box House. If you don't recognize him from Lithero, I don't know how his username is supposed to be fucking pronounced. If you don't recognize him from that, you may better recognize him as Snapcube Fan Dubs, the Sonic Real-Time Fan Dubs. He is the voice of Eggman, Mr. I Pissed on the Moon, himself. That is who drew this gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous Gojo print. The reason I got the Gojo print, luckily, this obsession happened near the tail end of the spring semester, so most of y'all did not have to deal with it. I got super into JJK recently because I think Gojo is funny. It's the same problem as this fucking guy. I like asshole characters. I think they're funny. The bigger a jerk a character is, the more likely it is I am going to like them. And Gojo's a jerk. Like, this is one of the most arrogant asshole bastards I have ever fucking seen in anime. He is, and he's got the power to back it up. He's arrogant as fuck, but he is arrogant as fuck for a reason. He is, so, you know, awesome fucking Gojo print, by fucking Eggman voice actor himself, or Eggman Sonic Real-Time Fan Dubs voice actor himself. Craziness. But he didn't have one of those, like, so when you go into Artist Alley, they'll give you like a little some artists will have a plastic print thing, print carrier, so you can protect your prints so they don't get damaged. Like, again, it got damaged after I got home. I don't know how it got damaged. It's a little bent, and there's a little scribbly scratch. I don't even know how that happened. How did that happen? I've been holding it straight, having it relaxed straight. Oh my god. Whatever. He sits there. He can. I have to frame it anyways. So I have a couple prints that need to be framed. But so you know, it's I have Gojo print now, but I'm wandering around because I'm like, I bought it. I don't have a safe way to transport it, and as I'm wandering around through the Artist Alley, Rue sees me and is like, hey, you know, Jake Neutron, he's doing a booth, he's doing signatures and doodles and stuff, if you want to stop by and, like, chat. And I was like, because Rue recognizes me and is like, oh my gosh, it's you. Okay, well, Jake's over there if you want to talk, he's over in that area, sort of gestures at it. And I'm like, I'll check it out, thanks, Rue. And so Rue goes, like, because Rue is running around. I found out a little bit later after the fact because I've been in voice calls with Rue a couple, like, once or twice since. Just because in the Jake Neutron Discord, you know, but yeah, so, like, so, I wander over to Jake Neutron's little booth with my Gojo print in tow, which, again, Android 18 carrying the Gojo print, And like I do remember at one point someone saw me with the Gojo print and was like, "What you got that for?" And I'm like, "I couldn't find Krillin, so this is my new husband." This is my because Android 18's married to Krillin. You know, jokes about that, whatever. But yeah, no, I just had the print, and Jake Neutron, since he's doing stuff, I'm like, "Hey, is there any chance that you guys have the little plastic protectors for like prints?" And he's like, "No, we don't got any of those." And I'm like, "Ah, shame, whatever. I think I'll wander around the artist alley and I'll potentially like buy something to keep it safe in or something, or buy a print from another artist and hope that they have a plastic cover, even though that's a bit of a shot in the dark. But when you do that, because you don't have a guarantee whether or not they do that. But I didn't end up buying another print that day. But do you know what I bought? I bought 4 pairs of earrings. So let me grab the day 3's 4 pairs of earrings that I bought. Like, I have to first double check against my pictures to make sure I pull out the right pair of 4 earrings. Oh, before I do that though, I do want to share this selfie I took, which was, it was just ironic, really. Cause Android 18 cosplay, on the day I'm doing my Android 18 cosplay, I see this. So this is a rare anime figure. I took a picture by it because I was like, dude, this feels No, your cat! No. Anyways, so like, you can kind of see it right here. It's a nasty ass picture. It like, well, figure. I don't personally like it. It's a very rare figure. But I was like, dude, this is disrespectful to see the Android 18 getting fucking vored by Cell. The fucking, it's like, have you seen, like, this feels disrespectful to see this shit on the one day that I'm dressed as Android 18. It's just like, bro, are you kidding? That's insane, unhinged, that on all days to see the Android 18 getting vored by Cell fucking figurine, statue, technically, on the one day I'm dressed as Android 18, that's fucking crazy. So the 4 pairs of earrings I ended up buying on that day, instead of another print, I bought more earrings from Manapool Bazaar, because they have really cute earrings and they're super cute and I like them. So set 1, I now have 2 sets of Piccolo earrings, and so my new set looks like this. I don't know how my camera is angled. Like that. Oh, thank you! For like an hour before stream, I was sitting on call with a friend asking like, what do you think should I do for my makeup? I'm thinking clown. So I had a friend giving me pointers on how I should style my makeup for tonight, so. Tonight's stream makeup, if I'm streaming, I do try to do a bit of a silly makeup look because I think it's fun. Then the next pair of earrings, yes, I think it's great fun to have like silly makeup. Like, if you're not doing silly makeup, what are you doing? Second pair of earrings. This is where we can see the JJK has become a problem for me, starting to peek in. So that's Nanami and Gojo. Gojo's the bastard with the blindfold. And I bought ones that are just solo, it's just Gojo, because they were the last ones on the rack and I thought they were funny. Just Gojo being a dipshit because I think it's funny. And now I have them as earrings. And they're pretty lightweight, by the way. That's what's nice about these ones. Despite being large earrings, they're pretty lightweight. And probably, I think, my mom's favorite pair that I got, actually, this last go-around, because I think she also thinks they're funny. Surprise Pikachu. Hee. I think they're silly goofy. And I bought earrings, basically, instead of buying another print to protect the Gojo print. But it was okay because the cowboy boots I was wearing as Android 18, they were hurting my feet. They've actually been retired now, these boots, because, they quite literally carved into my feet. I actually still have injuries from MomoCon because the cowboy boots hurt me. So they're retired now. I'm keeping them because, the only reason I'm not throwing them away or selling them or something is, they're from one of my late grandfathers. The less recent late grandfather. On my mother's side, he had really small feet. So all of his cowboy boots, it was like, you want them? And I was like, yeah. So I have 2 pairs of cowboy boots from him. My feet are now too big for them, I guess. So I don't got them no more. It's like, so after I only stayed there until about 6, almost 7 is when I like left early that day because like my feet were in so much pain I couldn't do it, man. So then day 4 was much more chill. I was actually wearing a far more comfortable outfit. Also with a prop that I hand painted that, so for context for it, like, let me grab it, the cosplay itself. So here's the cosplay itself. You can kind of see Fallout 4, Vault Survivor, generic. And you can kind of see the Pip-Boy there, but not super well. But we'll just shove that there. And let me go grab said Pip-Boy because it's over here. So the Pip-Boy, which, I love it, adore it, treasure it. A friend, one of my best friends, we were talking prior to MomoCon happening. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do a Vault Survivor. I don't know what I'll do for the Pip-Boy though. I'll probably just fake it with cardboard or something. We're on voice call when we're talking about this, and my friend's dad overhears this. So his dad is, cause I go out, I hang out with this friend they live a couple hours down, but, we do see each other every now and then. We're actually going to see each other this coming week and hang out some, cause a mutual friend of ours is coming down, and stuff. But yeah, so my friend, their dad hears, and my friend, they use like all pronouns, so I'll be bouncing around through pronoun sets for them. There's the reason for that is because they use all of them, or a fair amount of them. So their dad overhears and just starts with his 3D printer printing a Pip-Boy, which when it was given to me, I was like super thankful, and I was like, oh my god, that's so nice, that's so chill, that I appreciate it so much, and I hand painted it, so it's, and you can tell it's hand painted because, goofy little, I didn't want to print out and fake a screen, I just hand painted it, so we went for since the Pip-Boy model itself, we think that this is just one that someone modeled for themselves on like Sketchfab or something, because it does not recognize any Pip-Boy model in any of the games. Or it doesn't, like, there's aspects of it that are present in each Pip-Boy, because all the Pip-Boys have a general, like, look to them, but each game has a different sort of general setup. This one doesn't resemble any of the in-game ones. And it's an older model as well, so it's not based off the TV show. So we just think this is one that someone custom made for themselves and put on Sketchfab. So But yeah, so I just painted it, and the quote-unquote lore for my character, originally the idea was to be the sole survivor, but I came up with the the cosplay lore itself, because it's funnier to me, is that I was a wanderer or something, just like a general survivor in the wasteland, and I saw a dead dweller, and just went, oh shit, that looks kind of comfortable, and just stole their shit and just kept going, because this looks like it's been outside rusting and got abandoned somewhere. Maybe it was on a corpse. So my quote-unquote character for day 4 just kind of went, that looks pretty good. I think I'll take that. So, yoink. Um, and I think it's super cool. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, this thing is actually surprisingly comfortable to wear and stuff. Oh, okay. Have a good night. I think I have you on Discord. Maybe, maybe not. It's just sugar-coated wish on there if you want to shoot a friend request if you're not friends with me on there. But I can send you the VOD so you can look at stuff after. Bye-bye! But yeah, so to continue, I should probably... Okay. Bye! Let me hydrate. I'm realizing that I have streamed for 2 hours and I have not stopped to take a drink. Hydrate before you dehydrate, you know how it is. She says, opening soda. I hope the drinking wasn't audible just now. That's gonna be awkward if it was. But yeah, so day 4, super chill, like supremely. But yeah, you know, just like one of those things. Had to burp. I was gonna try to not do that in the mic. But yeah, so it just wiggles. I'm just like also in the background, like I'm gonna post up that clip before I forget about it. What did I save it under? There it is. By Rakan. Destroy. Again, like, wow, I'm so good at staying on topic and focused. Okay, I just saw. Okay, bye for real. Okay, peace. Bye. Sorry. My special skill is like just not being focused, man. And put that in the stream clips. Okay, so distracted by Rakan, beep beep beep. Do I date my clips? Yes, I do. I should probably put the date. Okay, so that's 06, 07, 2024. Oh, but I started this at... Was it midnight? No, it just turned midnight. That was a while ago, I think. Let's look at timestamps. I can't look at timestamps. I can't... Hi, When was this? None. It's... Okay, cool. I have no clue. Zero clue when that happened. I have no clue when that was. I have none. No clue. Zero, actually. I don't like that I don't know where that is. We are gonna fake it and pretend that it happened before it hit midnight. How about that? How about that, gang? 24. Yeah, we're just gonna say it. So, save. Oh, I just realized it's just going to, like, notify people. It's like, Thursday variety night. Just chatting. Just, like, a clip of me being like... But yeah. So... yeah, so, like... Generally, day 4 was really chill, and I bought more earrings. Let me grab the other 4 earrings I got on day 4. So on day 4, I went back to my Dragon Ball roots and bought more Dragon Ball earrings. So I bought... Hold on. I bought Potara earrings, green form. I'm realizing they don't show up super well, but Potara earrings, green. And then... Potara earrings, yellow. So the fusion form, essentially. And then I got one that all the Sanrio girlies will recognize. My favorite Sanrio character, Karopi! No frog. Cute. Karopi. Cute. And one of my favorite drinks. One of the best out there. Jägermeister. And that was my other set of earrings that I bought. I also bought... Now we can start rotating things around. For context, and you can kind of see the straps in some of my pictures. And for some reason there's a sticker stuck on the front of it, so I'm scratching that off really quick. Why is there a sticker on you? Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Well, that's annoying. There was a sticker, a little price tag sticker stuck that was not stuck to it originally, and now it's just... Special skill, having things go wrong on stream. Truly. This is technically makeup remover, but it'll get the fucking sticker residue off of it, which is what I care about. So. There's still a bit of residue, but I can't really do anything about it. That's annoying. Anyways. I got a new Ida bag for, MomoCon. Oh, that's right. My grandma got me a little frog statue. I need to, like, move that somewhere. Put that there for right now. So, my bag for all 3 days of MomoCon. Or, sorry, 4 days of MomoCon. Froggy Ida bag! It's so cute! And you can see I got some pins. Now, the Piccolo pin I actually got last year. But the Gojo, Nanami, and Nobara pins are new, and so is that weird little purple fuzzy with the googly eyes, the Rambly raccoon cosplayer gave me that. And I got this super cute Ari keychain. Ari League of Legends KDA Pop Stars. It's sparkly, it doesn't show up super well on camera, but it's so cute. It's absolutely adorable. I also bought the friend whose dad printed this out as a gift. I got them a bunch of Mako content. Because there's just not a whole lot of Mako content in the world. I'm not going to show all of that off, mainly because I've already kind of like got it sort of like packed away a little bit to give to them next time I see them, which I'll be seeing them next week. So it'll be like, here you go, gifts, ooh woo. But yeah, you know, just kind of cool. I do realize I forgot to show off on day 1 of MomoCon, actually. I did buy another thing, which I actually forgot to show in my MomoCon haul. Day 1, I bought, and it's also sparkly, it doesn't show up really well on camera. So I now own 2 Piccolo prints, because year one, when I got that Piccolo pin, I got this too. My boy, my husband. Anyways. But yeah. But yeah, the Piccolo obsession, what can I say? It's bad. And then my mom, she was getting Lord of the Rings stickers because this guy did these like really gorgeous like portraits. And it was a deal like 3 for like 20 or something. And she was like, do you see any that you like? And I was like, yeah. And I got Jinx League of Legends. Well, Jinx Arcane, I should say. But like, hee Jinx, I love her. But yeah, no, like a really, really successful MomoCon, I think. And like, yeah, like, God, it's so crazy to me, right? Like, just, I met Jake Neutron like year 2. Like, whether or not he recognized me from the previous year, I don't really care. I just think it's really cool that I was recognized by Sydney Osman, and I was recognized by Sydney Osman, and I was recognized by Rue, and they are such cool people, man. They're so cool. Like, if you don't, which actually reminds me of something that I wanted to share. You may have seen me repost it earlier on Twitter if you follow my Twitter. Let me change this picture real quick so we can see. So oh no, it's so tiny. So Jake Neutron is pretty close to what would that be? 1 million subscribers? So 999. Point is, he's close to a pretty big milestone. Y'all want to consider maybe subscribing to him? Like, not to pander or anything for a guy I really respect, or a YouTuber, I guess? Yeah, a YouTuber. I really respect him. He has really good content. Maybe you should follow him and see what Team Neutron is up to and all that, because I've been talking about them, like, intermittently over the past 2, almost 3 hours. Maybe you should do that. Maybe it'd be cool. You know, be cool. Go follow him. Bring him to that next milestone, because, dude, he's so cool. He's so cool, and he's so nice. And, like, the members of Team Neutron, they are so nice and they are so cool, and it's like crazy that I met them. I respect them and I think they are so cool, and it's crazy, and you should go follow him. I think you should go do that. That would be a cool thing to do. Anyways, let me kill the image. Or should I leave that up for a little bit? Follow, 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 follow. You should do it. You should do it. Like just a clip of like pandering for a YouTuber that I like. You should do it. Yeah. Anyways, point is, he's cool. He's super cool. And he does a lot of fan music. His music is awesome. If you're into Friday Night Funkin', he's also pretty big in there, so consider it maybe. I'm thinking just chatting for like it's crazy to me that I can just sit here for like 2, almost 3 hours and yap. It does not feel like it's been that long for me. I just sit here and talk, man. I just sit here and yap, 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 yap. I think I'm gonna move us out of just chatting. I'll post back onto setting up. Let me stop the recording very briefly.